メジャー翻訳速報。
メジャー翻訳速報、海外の反応へようこそ。大谷翔平選手が見事なホームランを放ち、相変わらずの爆発力を見せてくれました。ファンにとってはたまらない一打ですね。今回はこちらの試合の翻訳をお届けいたします。ぜひ最後までご覧ください。コメントもお待ちしています。
What a start to rivalry weekend here from downtown Los Angeles and Chavez Ravine as we welcome to Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. Kenley Jansen back in a familiar place, closing the door on his former ball club, the Dodgers. 6-2, your final score. The Angels take game one of this three-game weekend series of the Freeway Series as we welcome you back inside the ballpark alongside Garrett Anderson, Erica Weston, GA. Just a really good all-around ball game tonight for the Angels to win.
Yeah, very clean on defense, and starting pitching once again showed up. And he got a little deeper in the game today, 6 2/3 innings. So very strong outing to be up against the offense that he faced tonight.
Yeah, they're just carrying the baton as far as the starters go. And Jack Honowitz didn't seem phased at all that was the lineup that he was going to be facing. GA, 5 strikeouts on his night, too, for a guy that doesn't get a lot of punches.
No, he doesn't. And, you know, that kind of let you know what his stuff was like today. And it had to moving around, mixing in different pitches. And, yeah, the strikeouts really aren't a part of his game. And one reason that I don't like it because it, you know, racks up his pitch count. But, you know, as long as he's trusting his pitch in the zone and, you know, getting them to fish on all the different pitches that he was throwing tonight and mixing in his changeup just to give them something else to think about is what caused a lot of confusion up there tonight.
Well, he had a career high 104 pitches. Weren't sure if he was going to go back out outside of that little visit in the dugout with Ron Washington. And we talked about it on the broadcast tonight, GA, that Honowitz had started to mix in that changeup. It was almost like he was tinkering with it the second time out against the Detroit Tigers tonight. Very effective, and he needs that against the lefties.
He needs it, you know, against definitely against lefties, but anybody. But as well, it's just another pitch to have a hitter think about it. As a hitter, and you know you're going up there and all you're going to see is sinker slider. You got a good chance. But now that he's mixing in this changeup, and you know, all the books are going to show, people are going to know that he's throwing it. Now it just throws another layer to his arsenal, and you might start seeing some more strikeouts because of the pitch, you know, the pitch that they're not used to seeing.
We know that he's got the four-seamer. We know that he's a sinker baller, but how much more, I mean, I don't want to say dangerous, you know, but like you need another pitch in your arsenal to be able to go up against a lineup like that.
You do, because you're not going to carry all your good control out there every night. So to be able to have several pitches that you can throw and just, you know, make the hitter think that is he going to throw changeup, is this two-seamer or is this four-seamer working tonight? There's a lot of thought process that goes into hitting, and knowing that he is adding to his arsenal is going to make him more difficult face going forward.
Yeah, it essentially was a one-pitch pitcher when he got called up. You know, he's adding a couple more things to his repertoire. We know the defense needs to be locked in when Jack Honowitz is on the mound. GA, 5 double plays overall turned tonight against the Dodgers, 4 behind Jack Honowitz.
Yeah, not characteristic of their lineup at all. They're usually driving the ball in the gaps and hitting homers. But yeah, he kept the ball down tonight, and he was able to get double plays when he needed. I mean, he's one of the better hitters in the game, and you get him to induce in a funny swing at that point in the bat, just to let you know how good his stuff was tonight.
3-6-1 in the first inning, GA, which is certainly not an easy one to turn at all. Second inning, this one was against Andy Pages. Tim Anderson turning the slick double play. I don't know if you heard Zach Neto's interview. He was involved in the majority of these double plays. He said, I'm kind of bored when you're pitching. I need to be activated. Well, he sure was tonight.
Be careful what you ask for.
Exactly.
Because you know he's going to get some ground balls.
Yeah, he was certainly active tonight, too. This one in the 7th inning, Andy Pages again. Twice he hit into a double play. One of those double plays, though, GA, tonight, that one was Shohei Ohtani in the 5th inning. That's the first double play he's hit into all year. As you mentioned, that's uncharacteristic of this club. And then Freddie Freeman later in the ballgame.
Yeah, that was a funny swing by Freddie again as well. And I was just happy he was able to not touch that ball that went back up the middle, because a lot of things could have gone wrong.
Yeah, certainly a difficult play to make, but he makes it look easy. The bullpen, though, GA, good night for them coming in and being able to continue to shut down their offense. Oh, excuse me. Shohei Ohtani, though. Hey, this is what I talked about to all of our friends before the game. He can homer. That's great. But I want to win the ball game, and the Angels did.
Yeah, you know, you leave a soft pitch out over the plate. He's probably not going to miss it.
All right, after a walk here, GA, Ryan Zephyr-John still on the mound. Here it is. Good double play up the middle. Zach Neto gets the double play on Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, 2-in-1 game for Freddie is really not that characteristic of him at all.
And into the 9th inning, GA. Kenley Jansen, not a save situation tonight, but special nonetheless to be on that mound here at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, being back at home, and I also like this too. It's just to get him back out on the mound. You know, he needs to get into some kind of rhythm because he has, you know, being used spotty here and there. He needs to get out there so he can get a feel of his pitches.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he needed a bounce back and just an opportunity to get back on that mound after a tough night in San Diego. Stick with us, more post-game reaction on the other side of this break. The Angels offense, high fives all around for the Halos as they take game one of this Freeway Series, this rivalry weekend, coming to you from Dodger Stadium in downtown LA. 6-2 your final. We'll welcome you back inside the ballpark. Erica Weston and Garrett Anderson. You see Moncada high-fiving without the thumb out. Nobody touched the thumb, but it doesn't matter. He got one out of the yard in the first inning. That has to make Jack Kahanowitz exhale, but certainly the rest of the team when you're able to score against Dustin May and the Dodgers early on.
It is, and to jump out on him quick, you know, it lets pitchers settle down and figure he doesn't have to be fine and perfect with this really good lineup over there.
Love to see that from him. He's been an extra base machine, GA, ever since he's come back. Dustin May, though, had trouble finding the strike zone early on, but Moncada able to connect in the first inning to get them on the board.
And you know, he did this hit the ground running when he came back off the DL, providing the power that he was brought in to do, as well as play a great third base.
Yeah, he's really solidified things defensively at third base, and he continues to deliver as far as the offense is concerned. And the story, Zach Neto heading into this one, he has been the most consistent offensive player since his return, and a big spot for him that they ended up needing those 2 runs at that point in the ballgame.
Well, he meets those challenges. He's not afraid to be up there. No, he wants to be the guy to drive in the run. And that's the whole part of the attitude about being in those positions.
So this was the 4th inning after Luis Rengifo single. Matthew Lugo gets hit by a pitch. Then Tim Anderson immediately gets hit by a pitch. What are you chuckling about? What are they chuckling about? Yeah, wonder what they're chuckling about. But a big spot, including that 2-run double for Zach Neto to be able to give the Angels a little bit more breathing room at that point.
Well, I do like him in this situation as far as driving in runs. He's not afraid. He loves, you know, challenges. He wants to be that guy on the team, and his body language, I can see it change when he gets in those positions. He definitely looks what we call hitterish.
What, hitterish? Hitterish. Hitterish. Yeah. How do you describe what hitterish looks like?
The body language is something different about his energy. I can see it. I saw it a couple times with Ward this year. They get in these situations, and you can just see their attention really ramp up in those situations.
It's remarkable considering that this is just, what, his 2nd full season, not even yet, in Major League Baseball, continuing to deliver for the Angels. Stick with us more.
In a row. I mean, last time out he was good too, but tonight against that lineup he was really good. He got a lot of ground balls, and when he does that, you know, his sinker is working. Do some good change-ups in some situations, started some hitters off with some breaking balls, so he had a good mix, but the main thing was his sinker.
It seemed like his changeup, though, was pretty effective. He threw it a lot more than usual, it seemed like.
Yeah, he did, and it was effective. And the good thing about it, what made it effective, he put it over the plate. And they had to offer for it, you know. So, no, he was outstanding tonight.
How was Moncada doing?
Irritation of his thumb again. I told you, when you take a bad swing, that happens. But I didn't want to run him back out there because it's on his throwing hand. And I needed someone to catch the ball and be able to throw it, so I took him out for precaution.
Do you think he'll be able to play tomorrow?
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Is Neto banged up at all?
No, he, on that play with TA made up the middle, he went to step on the bag and just twisted his ankle a little bit, but it's nothing serious. He was able to stay in the game. He's always fouling balls off of him. That part of it he's used to.
What's it about his swing that's always getting him to do that?
Well, that's that ball running down and in, and we're not getting there on time on it, and it ended up catching you and fouling off your foot.
You talked before the game how you wanted to come through in those big moments, and I think you just would like, you know, sack flies and put the ball in play with a nice double.
Yep, it was him, Shanwell, and Moncada. Twos got it for us tonight, and we needed every run, especially against that club. As I said, Jack was the guy tonight to shut that club down the way he did offensively. Ohtani's from another world. He's just from another world.
Yeah, Yeah, we've described him that way a time or two before in our day when he was wearing the Angels uni. But Gia, he's absolutely right. You need every run you can possibly get against that team who scored 19 runs just one night ago.
Yeah, we're probably tired tonight. I've been on both sides of those.
They left all their offense
Yes,
with the Athletics. But
our starting pitcher tonight kept them to play.
It was the story, no doubt about it. Final thoughts, GA, before we get out of here?
It's just nice to see a good, clean game, and the starting pitching continuing to give the Angels a chance to stay in the game and win a game.
Yeah, it all starts and ends with the starting pitching, no doubt about it. And the Saturday probables are a couple of old buddies. Finesse pitcher, look at this matchup. Former teammates, too. Tyler Anderson, who's been so good for the Angels, GA, going up against Clayton Kershaw. His first game of the 2025 season.
Yeah, Clayton's been around long enough. It was a teammate of his for a short time. So, great for him to be able to have such a great career. He's a really nice guy, and got to know him a little bit when I was there.
Yeah, we saw you chatting down there on the field with Clayton. Tell him take it easy tomorrow. All right, very good stuff. Thanks.
Carl's Jr. moments of the game. It's the big show with his 4th home run in the last 3 games. Number 16 on the year. That leads all of baseball.
Yeah, he has been outstanding the last couple of weeks. He gets a breaking ball in half. Light tower power, dead central. Outstanding swing, gets the foot down. Look at this ball, able to pull his hands and able to get the barrel to the baseball. One of the best athletes on the planet today.
Disappointing night for the Dodgers, though. They lose 6-2, but the fans still having a chance as we speak to enjoy the Friday night drone show here at Dodger Stadium. Some Beatles music, some great lights going on behind us, and a lot of people hanging out to watch the festivities. Angels win it, though, 6-2. Let's head inside and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts.
Dustin was searching. He wasn't comfortable, certainly, with his throw. You know, obviously there's some good throws in there, but then obviously the walks, the hit batsmen, it's just creating traffic for himself. And, you know, unfortunately, a couple big hits by those guys.
Is that something that working his way back
You know, I don't know. I think that, you know, he's had consistent outings where I think that I don't know if that's the case because, you know, 3 starts ago, you see a consistent throw, execution, and the last couple outings, you see a little bit of, you know, the arm side misses and working behind in counts, and obviously frustrated with his performance, delivery. But yeah, it was good to see him at least get through 5 innings and, you know, give us a chance at least.
What did you see the guy have the sinker going today?
He did. You know, he really did. I think he doubled his strikeout rate tonight. The sinker was good. We just couldn't barrel him up. There were some double plays. It's hard when you have some traffic and then you hit into some double plays. And a couple of those balls were hit hard. But, you know, he did a good job navigating some stress. And 3rd time through, he incorporated the changeup. And it just seems like we just couldn't really, you know, figure him out tonight.
Do you make of the 5 double plays kind of ending some of the...
Yeah, that's the thing is that, you know, even the Freddie ball, the Shohei ball, these are balls that are hit hard that are just right at him. And it's just kind of rally killers right there. But, you know, we just got to kind of flush it and look forward to tomorrow. Clayton making his, you know, 2025 debut. So it just was a forgettable night for us. And, you know, go out there tomorrow and try to win a ball game.
What is he, Shohei?
Yeah, that was pretty well hit. Base hit up the middle, the homer. He's just really seeing the baseball well. Yeah, he's just doing everything and more than we could have asked. It's baseball. I know you hear that a lot. It is baseball, and you know not on the heels of a night where we were swinging the bats really well, and tonight obviously we struck out a lot, hitting some double plays, and it wasn't for lack of preparation or let down. We just wasn't our night.
What kind of impression has Kim left on you his first few games?
What's that?
What kind of impression has Kim left on you his first few games?
He's been good. He's fun to watch. He just kind of has a magic wand right now. He's taking good at bats and putting the ball in play, and you know when you can do that, you know, good things can happen. And so I just like his at-bat quality.
All right, Nomar, let's go Access 360 on Shohei's Sweet 16.
Well, you know, okay, you might be down in the count, behind the count, you're 0-1, but you're still just looking for a pitch that you can drive. He gets a breaking ball on the inner half and puts a beautiful swing on this one to drive it out to center field. What's great, what we're seeing lately is, you know, even the lower half may clear, but now his front side, his upper half still stays closed. When he gets himself in trouble, both have a tendency to go at the same time. But his head's down, stays through the ball with such power, drives it out 416 feet. Such a beautiful swing by Shohei Ohtani.
Listen, Shohei is generational. We know that. We talked about him probably 5 days ago, maybe a week ago. Barry Bonds comparison. I think, to me, he's more akin to the Junior. He reminds me of Junior, the way he's able to hit all pitches and able to capitalize on mistakes. He's got power to all fields. He'll go the other way, full side, and also dead central. Incredible play.
Once again, doing damage against his former team, but it's his former team, the Angels, that get the win tonight, 6-2.
I think there's more gratitude, honestly. I think when you haven't done something for a long time and you realize that you miss it, you miss competing, you miss being a part of a team and contributing. I think there's a lot of gratitude and gratefulness to get back to that point, and so I definitely feel that. Now, if I go out there and don't pitch good, it's going to go away real fast. So, you know, there's a performance aspect of it too, but, you know, I think for now, sitting it on the other side of it, just super excited and grateful to get to go back out there again.
You're never going to retire, huh?
Somebody will tell me to retire at some point, I'm sure.
There it is tomorrow. First time in 260 days. It will be Kershaw Day at the Ravine. Clayton Kershaw making his season debut tomorrow against the Angels after having the offseason knee and toe surgeries. Jerry, what are you hoping to see out of Kersh tomorrow night?
Well, his ability to get out in a variety of different ways. He's one of the best competitors I've ever seen. This guy loves to compete and understands, listen, he wants to go out there and make sure he gives his team a chance to win each and every time he takes the hill at Dodger Stadium. So I expect him to give us the chance to win and to pitch 5, possibly 6 innings.
You know, I'm looking to see if he's going to feature anything different, because we know he goes out there, he's going to find something new and go out there and try to get some outs. So I'm just excited to see. He's talking about him being grateful.
Yeah.
I think we all are grateful to be able to see Clayton Kershaw take the mound once again.
I think it was a couple of years ago when Oral and some of us were saying we should call it Kershaw Appreciation Day, because year 18 for Clayton Kershaw, no doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer, making his 2025 debut tomorrow. For Jerry, Nomar, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Pre-game, 5 o'clock.
いかがでしたか？エンゼルスが6対2でドジャースに勝利。大谷選手のホームランは416フィートの特大弾でした。明日はカーショー選手の2025年シーズン初登板が見どころです。監督も、彼は世代を代表する選手と太鼓判を押す大谷選手の活躍、これからも見逃せません。この動画が面白かったと思った方はチャンネル登録、高評価お願いいたします。ご視聴ありがとうございました。